In the grand tapestry of evolution, few transformations are as awe-inspiring as the evolution of flight. And when we talk about animals taking to the skies, it's impossible not to wonder, could dinosaurs have flown? These mighty reptiles dominated the Earth for over 165 million years, but did they ever conquer the skies like their avian descendants? In this video, we're going to dig into the science and find out if dinosaurs could have evolved the ability to fly. So let's get started. Dinosaurs, an iconic group of reptiles that lived during the Mesozoic era, were a diverse bunch. From the massive sauropods like Argentinosaurus to the ferocious theropods like Tyrannosaurus rex, these creatures captured our imagination. But beyond their size and ferocity, dinosaurs left us with a nagging question. Could they have evolved to fly? The idea of flying dinosaurs might seem like a far-fetched notion, but it's not entirely without merit. After all, we know that birds, which are dinosaurs' closest relatives, can fly. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility that some of their dinosaur cousins might have shared this ability. But the truth is more nuanced than a simple yes or no. It depends on what we mean by dinosaur and what we understand about the evolution of flight. To answer this question, we need to first define what we mean by dinosaur. The term dinosaur encompasses a wide range of species from the Triassic period, including the ancestors of birds and the group that gave rise to them. Over the decades, scientists have debated extensively about which dinosaurs should be classified as birds and which should not. However, recent studies suggest that all major groups of dinosaurs are represented among birds, meaning that birds themselves are part of the dinosaur family tree. This means that the answer to the question of whether dinosaurs could fly is ultimately the same as asking whether all dinosaurs could fly. And that answer is no. Not all dinosaurs could fly because most of them weren't birds. But there's a catch. Some dinosaurs were definitely capable of flight, but they weren't your typical bird-like dinosaurs. They were much larger. For example, one famous flying dinosaur is Microraptor, a four-winged theropod that lived in what is now China during the Cretaceous period. This creature had feathers on its arms and legs, which it used to glide between trees. While not true flight, gliding is a crucial adaptation for dinosaurs to take to the skies. Another example is the famous Quetzalcoatlus, a flying reptile that lived in what is now North America during the late Cretaceous period. With a wingspan of up to 36 meters and a body length of 11 meters, it was one of the largest flying animals to ever live. Now, you might be wondering why we keep referring to these creatures as dinosaurs when they didn't fit the typical bird-like description. Well, that's because the term dinosaur has been expanded to include not just birds, but also their direct ancestors and all other extinct species that are closely related to them. In fact, according to a 2007 study, dinosaurs are more closely related to crocodilians than they are to birds. That means that flying dinosaurs are actually more closely related to alligators and crocodiles than they are to birds. So if we're being strict about it, then no, there were no truly flying dinosaurs. But here's where things get interesting. We know that many dinosaurs had feathers, including some of the largest ones like Archaeopteryx and Velociraptor. But could these feathered dinosaurs have evolved to fly? The answer is maybe. You see, the evolution of flight is a complex process that involves many changes in an animal's anatomy and physiology. For example, birds have hollow bones that make them lighter and more aerodynamic. They also have feathers that are modified scales which provide lift and control during flight. Additionally, birds have a high metabolic rate and a unique respiratory system that helps them sustain the energy demands of flight. It's possible that some feathered dinosaurs possessed some of these adaptations, such as hollow bones and feathers, but lack the others, such as a high metabolic rate. If that's the case, then these dinosaurs could have been capable of gliding or maybe even powered flight over short distances. However, they probably couldn't sustain long-distance flight like modern birds. The reason why they didn't evolve to become true flyers is probably because they didn't need to. See, the ability to fly is great if there's an advantage to being airborne. But if there's no reason to leave the ground, there's no pressure to evolve flight. In other words, the evolution of flight is driven by natural selection. And if there's no selective pressure for flight, then animals won't evolve the ability to fly. For example, mammals that live in the ocean, like whales and dolphins, don't have webbed feet or flippers because they don't need them to survive. If they did, they would likely be selected against because they would hinder the animal's ability to swim efficiently. Similarly, dinosaurs that didn't need to fly didn't evolve the ability to do so. There's evidence that some dinosaurs did evolve adaptations related to flight, such as feathers and hollow bones. But they probably didn't become true flyers because they didn't face pressure to do so. So could feathered dinosaurs have evolved to fly? Maybe. But did they? Probably not. But the story doesn't end there. There are still plenty of questions about the evolution of flight that remain unanswered. For example, we don't know exactly how feathers evolved or what selective pressures drove the evolution of flight in birds. We also don't know why more dinosaurs didn't evolve feathers, since they seem to have been beneficial for many species. These are just a few of the many mysteries surrounding the evolution of flight that continue to baffle scientists today. As research continues, we may learn more about the incredible adaptations that allowed birds and other animals to conquer the skies. For example, scientists have recently discovered that feathers aren't just for show. They can also help dinosaurs regulate their body temperature, attract mates, and camouflage themselves. Feathers have been found on some of the largest dinosaurs, including the famous Tyrannosaurus rex, which begs the question, could T-Rex have flown? While T-Rex had feathers, they weren't the kind that could generate lift. Rather, they were more like down feathers that provided insulation. Additionally, T-Rex was a massive predator that weighed several tons. Its size alone made powered flight impossible. Even if T-Rex had feathers that could generate lift, it wouldn't have been able to fly because of its weight. However, this doesn't rule out the possibility that smaller dinosaurs with large wings and feathers could have flown. After all, we know that some dinosaurs were capable of gliding, and it's not a far stretch to imagine that some of them could have evolved to sustain powered flight. As scientists continue to piece together the evolution of flight, they'll undoubtedly uncover more secrets about the incredible creatures that roamed our planet millions of years ago. Who knows? Maybe one day, they'll even discover evidence of a flying dinosaur that was more advanced than any bird we know today. But until then, we can marvel at the incredible adaptations that have allowed birds to soar through the skies, and wonder what other secrets the past holds. The story of the dinosaurs is one that has captivated humans for generations. These magnificent creatures ruled the earth for over 180 million years, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire wonder and fascination. From the towering Brachiosaurus to the fearsome Tyrannosaurus rex, each dinosaur is a testament to the power and majesty of the natural world. Their fossils have been discovered all over the globe, providing us with a glimpse into a world that existed long before humans ever walked the earth. At Dinosaur World, we're dedicated to bringing the wonders of the prehistoric world to life. Our team of experts has carefully curated a collection of dinosaur exhibits that will transport you back in time and immerse you in a world of giants. Whether you're a seasoned paleontologist or a curious first-timer, we've got something for everyone. So why wait? Book your trip to Dinosaur World today and get ready to experience the magic of the dinosaurs. Don't forget to stay tuned for more videos about dinosaurs and other prehistoric creatures. Thanks for watching.